Hello everyone, thanks for watching this video. So the scope of this video is to understand the list in Python. Till now, whatever the data type we have learned in Python, all those data type is capable to hold only one value at a time into a single variable. What happens if we have to hold more than one value into a single variable? So far, we have not learned any of these types of data type. So in Python, there is a 4 built-in data type which has same common characteristics, means it holds more than one value into a single variable. Out of 4 built-in data type, we are going to learn the first data type, which is called list. List is also responsible to hold more than one value into a single variable, having some very specific characteristics for list. Like list elements are ordered, mutable, heterogeneous, dynamic size, we can iterate the value, we have a indexing and slicing facility to do, it can hold the duplicate, as well as we can create the nested list also. We will learn all those characteristics by writing some set of code in upcoming slides. Till now, we only learn what is the list little bit and what are the very high level characteristics of list. So here we are going to learn how to create a list. So for that, I have a IDE IntelliJ. I have a list folder here. These are all code is available inside the Git repo, so don't worry. So here I am going to create one Python file called lab1. Okay, and we are going to learn how to create a list. Creating a list in Python is very simple. We have to only think of two things. One is the bracket and one is the comma separated value. So if I am writing any name of the list, like my int list, name of the my list, within a square bracket, if I am writing some number separated by comma separated value, this is called as a list. How this is called as a list? How to know? So just to prove that this is the list, I am going to check the type of my int list, as well as I am going to print my data. So if I will run now, you see type is a list class, which means I am able to create list successfully, and this is the data which I have here. So this is how to create the list. Assume that I want to create the list of string. How to do that? Same, we have to write inside the square bracket, and we know the string can be represented either within a double quote or within a single quote. So I am using double quote, A, comma B, comma API POTHI YOUTUBE. These are all the string enclosed with the double quote and separated by the comma. So now if I will print this one, as well as I am going to check the type of that. Now if I will run, you see this is the list class and it is printing the data in the form of list only. But we have given data within a double quote and output we are getting in a single quote. By the way, if you know, in last video I have already explained, string can be represented within a double quote as well as within a single quote. So within a single quote is the default representation of a string. So both are same only. So this is one string. So there is something called heterogeneous list. We will learn. But heterogeneous list high level is the combination of any data type. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what? Integer. API POTHI YouTube is what? String. This is what? Character. If I will put like that, single. What is this? True. Means boolean. 10.5 is what? Float. So these are all is the different types of data. One is the integer, string, character, boolean, float. All those available inside the same list. So if I will check whether this is list or not, I can check that my heterogeneous list. If I am interested to print the data, I can print it. So if you see here, this is the list only, and I am able to see the data how I have given. Now coming to the characteristics of a list in detail. So the first characteristics we learned is that the element of a list are ordered. Okay, what do you mean by ordered? We'll write a code, then we'll understand. So I'm going to create lab 2. Now this is list. As we know, this is list only, so I'm not going to check the type of the list. So now if I will print, I will get the data. Simple. Now what you observe in this data? Your observation must be the way I am inserting the data, same way I am getting the data. Means list is not manipulating your order. How you are inserting, in same way you are getting. First I have inserted 1, first I am getting 1. First I have inserted 6, first I am getting 6. Like that 1, 2, 3, 4, same order I am getting. This is for integer. Same way, if I will check for a string also, you must be observing that you are getting the data into the same order. How you are inserting, the same way you are getting it. So technically what list trying to say is that list element is ordered. Means the way you are inserting, the same way you are getting it. Second characteristics is mutable, which means that list elements are mutable. Now what do you mean by mutable? Meaning of mutable is you can change the value. Means after creating the list, if you have a requirement to modify the value, you can do that. Modification means you can add, you can update, you can delete. Now I have created this list which is here. If I will run this, I will get the output. Here now what I am doing, I am going to update this list. Update the list. For now you understand that the index of a list starts from 0. So the 0th position, the element is available 1. Second position, element is available as a 6. Third position, element is available 7. And likewise, this is the representation of a index. Assume that now I am putting here 2, which means that I am trying to get the data from this list which is available at index 2. So 0, 1, 2. What is available on index 2? 7. If I am going to print this one, I will get output as a 7. Let me run this code. You see, I got output as a 7. Now I don't like this 7. Okay. Now what I am doing is, instead of 7, I want to put 100. I can do that. So technically what I am updating the element of a list at position 2. So now I am running this code, all good, no changes on output. So this print statement when I am doing before update. So now I am doing before update. This is the data. I am updating here. So what I am doing after update. After update I am printing it. Now let us see what output I will get it. As per the rule, we will get output like that only. But one change is that instead of 7, we will get as a 100. Now if I will run this code, you see, instead of 7, we got a 100. Which means that I am able to update the data. Got it? Similarly, I will go to the another lab. I am not going to disturb this one. Lab 4. Okay, now I am going to add the element. So what I will do, this I am going to remove. So this also I am going to remove. So this is my current list. If I run this code, I will get both as a same output. Okay. But my update is add the element. How to do that? So this is my list object dot. There is a function called append dot append. So here I want to add some element called 500. Okay. After add, instead of update, after add, before add. Now what will happen is this list will come here before update, same list will come after update, but end of the list I will get one extra element added which is 500. If I will run this code now, you will get 500 added at the end of the list. So technically what I am able to do, I am able to add the element. Earlier what I was able to do, I was able to update the element. In similar fashion, I can do the delete also. So before delete, this one after delete. So now I want to delete it. So for that they have function called remove. I want to remove 82. Now after removing, so I will get this output, but here 82 shouldn't be there because I am removing the 82. Now if I will run this code, you see 82 is missing because I have deleted the 82. So now we are able to perform 3 operations: add, update and delete. That's the reason I am saying the list elements are mutable, means we can change the value whenever required. Heterogeneous. The next characteristics is heterogeneous. Heterogeneous is simple. Heterogeneous is saying that if you are creating a list, you can have different data types also. Same way we have created, I think, in lab 1. This is our heterogeneous list. Why heterogeneous list? Because in this list I have integer, I have a string, I have character, boolean, float also. So this is the mixed data type list. The mixed data type list is called as a heterogeneous list. Okay. Now coming to the next characteristics of a list is called dynamic size. Till now, if you have observed that we have created so many lists, have you realized that I have not given any size of a list? Did I given size in a list while creating? No. Depends upon my input. Python is super intelligent to define their size automatically. Means developer need not to define the size explicitly. Python will take care automatically. So if you see here, this is the list. If I will print this list, I will getting output as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now assume that now I am creating my empty list. This is the empty list which does not have any data. Just for proof whether this is the list or not, I can check the type also, my empty list. So this is the empty list. Currently what is the size of this empty list? 0. Right? This I can also check what is the size of this list. List size. So there is a function called length function. In the length function, if I will pass the list, it should give me the 0. You see, 0. Because it does not have any element. All good. Now I am adding the element, and you know how to add. There is a function called append. I am adding 10, 11, 12. Got it? Now I am performing the same thing. Means I am printing the list and printing the size. Now printing the list means I will get 10, 11 and 12 here. No problem. But what about the size? Size means total number of elements. How many elements are there? 3. So size is 3. So from 0 to 3, did I wrote any code which is responsible to increase the size? No, I did not write any code. Then how this magic happened? As I already said earlier, this magic is happened because of Python is fair enough to understand the size of a list, how to increase, how to decrease. Now I am adding few more elements so that it looks good. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So now size is 5. All good. But now I realize that no. I want to delete some data. Okay. I am deleting. We have the function called remove. I am deleting the 13. After deleting, again I am printing the list as well as size. Since I am deleting one element, size was 5. Now it becomes 5 minus 1 equal to 4 because I have deleted. So this add, earlier it was 0, 0 to 5, 5 to 4. These are all taken care by the Python internally. So what I am trying to say is the size of a list is dynamically. Developer did not to perform any extra coding in order to maintain the size in list in Python. Clear? Now coming to the next characteristics of a list is called iterable. Iterable means we can iterate the list element one by one. So far we have also iterated the list but in one go. This is the print. And print is not the code, it's just helping you to print the data on console. This is not the production code. So if you have a requirement to get 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. So for that we have a concept called iterable. Iterating the element of a list can be achieved into the two loops. One is called for loop, one another one called while loop. We will learn in loop section. Okay. Similarly, as I already said that index of a list starts from the 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till where? Till how many numbers of element present inside the list. Extra to that, the indexing of a list can be represented into the two ways. One is positive, which means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one is called negative index also. Yes, list support negative index, which is starting with -1, -2, -3, -4 and so on. With the help of positive index and with the help of negative index, we can perform an operation called slicing also. Slicing means high level. We can take the sub part of the list, subset of a list. So that concept is called slicing, that we will achieve through the indexing, which is the positive and negative. Again, this is the upcoming slide topic. Now coming to the another characteristics called duplicate. Duplicate means I am creating one lab called it. You can have duplicate element inside the list also. If you want to store duplicate element, you can store. List will not disturb you. List will take your duplicate element happily. So this is the list. If I am going to print, I will get same data. The duplicate element will be also there. You see? Got it? So this is the duplicate list. Another interesting characteristics of a list is called nesting list. Nesting, as English saying that list inside the list. So this is the list. Lab number 9 is the list. All good, no problem. Now what I will do is, inside this list I can have one more list. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay. I can have one list 20, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60. This is the another list. So if I will print this one, I will get this is output. All good, no problem. Again little bit indexing here. If I want to get the element 1, what I will do? I will take list of 0. This is going to return me the 1 because 0th index element is 1. All good. Similar way, if I will put here 1 and 2, what I will get? 2 and 3. Now if I will put it here 4, 0, 1, 2, 3. If I will put it 3, what output I will get is, I will get entire this list as a output. Similar way, if I will put 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I will put 10, I will get entire list as a output. This one I will get as a output. You see. Now let me run this code. You see, I got it. Now you must be having a question, sir. I got this list, I am happy, but I want 22. I don't need entire list 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I need only one element, which is 22. So to get the 22, again what you have to do? Now where I am here, this is what? 3, 0, 1, 2, third index. In third index, again sub index will start from the 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I put it here 0, so in third index give me the 0th index. then this guy is going to give you the 22. From here to here, what is the index value? 3. We already know. In 3, I need the 0th index, which means I am looking for only 22. Suppose that 0, if I want first index, I want second, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you see, you are getting 22, 23, 24, 25 and 26 also. Similarly, if I want to get the 20 from here, so what I will do? 10 of 0. This will only going to return me 20 from here. Let me run this code. You see 20. So this is the nested loop, how to create nested loop and how to get the data 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 also I will take it. 4. Clear? 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. Now let me run this code. 20, 30, 40, all code. So this is what your nested list and how to receive the or how to extract the data from the nested list. Okay. Now again coming to the creation of a list. So far, if I will tell you how to create the list. So creation of a list is again creation of a list. Till now we know we have the square bracket and each element is separated by the comma is called list creation. That's what we understood so far. There are total 9 ways that you can create a list. Okay. Coming to the first one called empty list, which we already created. Again I am creating as part of the list creation. So a list which does not have any element is called empty list and include with the square bracket. So this is your empty list. Okay. If I will print the type of a list, then this is called as a empty list. Okay. Now second one is that list with element, which we already know. This is again one list which has some element. Then this is called a list with element. I am just reiterating till now what we have discussed as part of the list creation. List with the dynamic input means I want to receive a input from the keyboard and create my list. Clear? Lab number 12, dynamic list. So to create the dynamic list, first I need to get the input from the keyboard. So we have the input function and I am asking, please enter the list. Now user will enter the list. That list I have to receive into the one function called eval function, which will convert this into the list. Okay. So I have kept this input inside the eval. Now since this eval function will create the list, so I have to create a variable which actually receive the list. So I am creating my dynamic my dynamic list. This is the variable name of a list. So now all done. Now I will print my dynamic list here. Just for testing purpose, I am going to check the type also. Now here it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now I am putting the enter. You see, list got printed and it is saying output as the same. So this I am putting here. You have to provide the output like that only. So this is called list with the dynamic value. Now coming to the another concept, how to create a list using list constructor. I am creating one variable called my list. So I am using the list constructor. So here is the list constructor. Here I am passing some value. So currently I am passing a string. So this is the API POTHI. Now if I will print my list, do you know what is the output you will get? You will get output as a P like that. Similarly, there is another way also, word list. So I am putting some word. This is the one word, so word get converted into the character. Okay. Now I am putting some word. I love API POTHI like that. Okay. Now there is a function called split, split. Split function will split your string. If you will not give any parameters here, it will split that word with the help of space. This word is getting splitted considering this space is the delimiter. Okay. Now I will get the split here. So this split will return you the list. So I need to convert this into the list using list constructor. Since this is going to return you the list, so I am creating one variable called word list equal to. Okay. Now if I will print this one, then what will happen? You will see everything in this way. I is the one, then space, then love is the another entry, space API is another, like that. There is something in Python called tuple, which we will learn after list. So tuple is also little bit similar to the core concept of a list, is to save or to handle more than one value inside the single variable. That is the core concept of a list. Tuple is also having same core concept. It holds multiple value into the single. So I am creating tuple. To create the tuple, we have to use this bracket. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will learn more about tuple later. But for now, you understand like how we are creating the list. Same way I have created the tuple. Only changes on bracket. For list, it was square bracket, but this one is the small bracket. Just for confirmation whether it's a tuple or not, I am just checking the type of tuple. So if I run this code, you see this is the tuple. So this is the tuple only, just for verification. Okay. Now this tuple I want to convert into the list. I can do that with the help of list constructor. Here only I need to pass the tuple object, tuple variable. Now my tuple list. So I have created one variable which will hold the list. Now if I will print, you will get list only. Just see the differences on bracket. Here it is the square bracket and it is the small bracket. So we learn how to create a list using list constructor. Now coming to the fourth concept, list with split function. Little bit we saw split function here. Now we'll see split function in detail here. Now I'm creating lab 14. So this is you know list. So this is the simple split method we use. Okay, no problem here. As I said, split function is only applicable for a string. Okay. Now I am creating one more string. Just I am putting some divider here. So now, I am creating one string. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what? This is the string only. Why string? Because this is in double quote. Now what I am doing is, I am just splitting this one with the help of comma. I told you right, here we have a space. So if you want to give any parameter on a space, it will get split out. But here we don't have any space. So this comma is considered as a delimiter. So I have to inform split method that you need to split this string on considering comma as a delimiter. Now my list equal to this one. So I have created one variable which is actually holding the data, returning by the split method. So if I will print this one, what you will get? You will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only, but in the form of list only, like that. Okay. Now, little bit more advanced on the split area. Sentence with delimiter, something I wrote. Now, I am writing here, hello, how are you? What is the delimiter here? Space. I want some custom delimiter, which is I am putting now here /t. Now, I want to perform the split here. How I will do? I will call the split in the form of what? /t. /t I will pass as a delimiter. Now, my sentence. Now, if I will print this one, what is the output I will get? I will get output as a this one in the form of list, and /t will replace as a quote and here comma. So, like that it will be. Got it? Now, if I will run this code, you see, like that it will work. So, this is on split. So, how to create the list using split function? Now, using append function. So, now I am going to create another lab called lab 15. 15 I am creating using append function. How to do that? We already know how to use the append. I have a list called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my list. If I will print, say my int list. Okay, but if I will append 6 and then if I will again print, it will print you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 only. Okay. So, this is the list I have created using append function. Clear? So, append function is also creating your new list only. Now, I am having my nested int list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if you will copy and paste, I will get the same. Now, I want to append it. I want to put here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in string. Why in string? Because we know that Python supports these kinds of list also, where each elements belongs to the different data type. So, you see, so this is again one list created using the append. Now, I am creating another lab called lab 16. List with extend function. Extend function is simple, that I have one list called 1, 2, 3, 4. I am putting variable name as a list1 and I am putting another variable called list2 and I am putting here 6, 7, 8. So, I have a 2 list now. Now, on list1 I am calling extend method and I am adding the list2. The result of this operation will, what will happen is, the list1 will get updated with list2 also. Means output will be your list1 element as well as list2 element. So, technically it will get combined. So, that is mean of extend. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, this is again we got the new list with the help of extend function. That is the reason we are saying we can create the list using extend function also. Now, which one? Range. Now, coming to the another way called using range function. So, I have a list. Here extra parameter we need to pass is called range. Inside the range, I need to pass the 2 parameter. For now, we will understand only 2, although 3 parameter is also applicable. First parameter is called start index. Second parameter is called end index. So, the element of a list will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. End index minus 1. So, if I will print this one, what output I will get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear? Now, there is another called list comprehension. This is not any new function. Rather than that, this is the concept. So we can create a list using list comprehension way also. What is the comprehension? As I said, this is not any function, rather than this is the concept. So I have a list called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I want to perform some operation on the existing list. Now we don't know for loop in detail, but little bit for loop on for loop is that we are iterating the element one by one. So I am writing the for. What is my source of data? This one. I am getting data from source, okay, with the help of in, and I am receiving the data into the some variable. So my variable name is giving num. So what is happening? This is the source. From here I am receiving the data into the num. Clear? Now this I am putting inside the square bracket. All good? Now I am doing the comprehension. Comprehension means this is the num. Num means what? It will take 1, the next iteration it will take 2, next iteration it will take 3, next iteration it will take 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many elements are there? The numbers will supply to the num. Now what I will take? I will take the same element from the num and I will add some number into the num. So I have added 5. Now how basically it will work is that I got 1 received by num, 1 plus 5 equal to 6. So each element of this list is get increased by the 5. Clear? So add 5 in list. So this is the variable I have created. If I will print add 5 and I will put it here, then what is the output? All the element will get increased by the 5. You see 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the comprehension way. So I have created new list out of this comprehension operation, right? So this is also another way to create a list. There are total 9 ways which will helping us to create the list in Python. Now we are more focusing on how to access the element from the list. High level we know the element of a list is based on the index, and index starts from the 0. Now we are going to learn that indexing, and we also know that little bit list support two types of index. One is called positive index and another one is called negative index. Here I am having one list equal to something 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 40, 50, right? This is my list. Now first I am representing the positive index representation. So as I already said that index starts from the 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, now let me align this one properly. Okay. Negative index is that, so -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Now let me arrange -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the positive and negative representation of a element in list. If I will ask you what is the index of 10, you will say 0. At the same time you can say -5 also. If I will ask you what is the index of 50, you can say 4. At the same time you can say -1 also. Clear? We will perform some task here, then we will got to know. Okay. So this is the list I have created. Here I want to print the data of a list. If I will print here, what output I will get? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. But I want data one by one. Okay. What I will do? List of 0, list of 1, list of 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. What is the output I will get? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. If I will run this code, I will get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. All good. As per, if you see this diagram, 0th index represent 10, first index represent 20, second index represent 30, third index represent 40, fourth index represent 50. All good, no problem. At the same time, if I want to get the same element using negative index, then what I will get? Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. And I will add minus 5 also. So minus 1 will give you what? 50. 50. Minus 2 will give you 40. 40, 30, 20, 10. Got it? Now if I will run this code, so 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. So this is how you can fetch the data with the help of positive index and negative index. If you put minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, this will give you the data into the reverse order. You see, if you want to get the data from last, so minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Now coming to the another lab called 19, slice operator. As I said, slice is the again one interesting concept we will learn here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. So this is the same. I have created one list which has two representation, positive and negative. Now we are going to perform the slice operation using the positive index. Now if I want to get the data from the list of 0, 0, slice operator is basically having two parameters. One is called start, one is called end. If I am writing something like that, okay, this is first one is called start, S-T-A-R-T, start, and second one is called end index. Okay. Now if I will represent start to m and end to n, then technically what will happen is the element what we are going to receive is n minus 1 only. Okay, will tell you what I am trying to explain. So now I am receiving the data from 0 to 0. Start index is what? 0. Where I am? 10. End index is what? 0. So I am starting from 0, ending to the 0. What does it mean? I am not going anywhere. So this will give you the output as a nothing. You see, empty. If I will write here 0 to 5, then what will happen is start index is 0, go up to 5. 5 means 5 minus 1, 4. So technically it will give you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 only. Now I want to do the slice from 0 to 50. What will happen is 0 to 49 I will go. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is there? No. 5 to 49 there is no element. Then what Python will do? Python will not do anything. It will give you the whatever the element exists. So output remains same only. So what I will do? I will write comment here. So it is easy to track. Now I want to do little more slicing here. So slicing is I want to get the data from 0 to 9. So technically 0 to 8. So 0 to 4. That much only data I have. 4 to 8, 5 to 8 I don't have. Hence output remains same. It will give you the same data 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 only. Now I want to do some more operation here. I want to give the only second argument. What I want to give? I want to give only second argument. Since I am not giving first argument, then what will happen is by default it will taking the element from the 0th index only, hence output remains same. Clear? Now I am not giving the second argument. I am only giving the first argument. First argument starts from 0 and it will go up to how many elements are there. So it will start from 0 to 4 only. You see, output same. How magic is there? I am giving different argument, but output still remains same only. Now, one more twist here. I am neither giving first argument nor I am giving second argument. Now what will happen? So since I am not giving any argument, so it will start from 0, it will go end. So it will give you the output same. So these are all is the possible permutation and combination. Okay. Now I want to get the data from 1 to 3. Start index 1, end index 3. 1 to 3 means 1 to 2. 1 to 2 means from where? 1 to 2 means 20 and 30 only. Now I want to give 1 to 4. Then what will happen? 20, 30, 40. 20, 30, 40. So this is the positive index slicing. Okay. Now I am writing another lab called 20. Here I will focus on the negative edge. So if I am putting minus 0, what will happen? Nothing will happen, because there is nothing called minus 0. 0 means 0 only. Since I am giving minus 0, Python will not able to find, hence it will give you no output. Now since we are very specific to the minus, so what I am going to do? I am giving minus 1 and minus 0. Minus 0 is fine. I am starting from here and going up to what? Minus 0. Minus 0 doesn't exist, hence it will give you no output. Clear? Coming to the another trick here, I am giving minus 1 to minus 1. Now it's valid, right? Minus 1 means I am starting here and I am ending here. Where I am going? Nowhere. I am starting from minus 1 and ending to the minus 1 only. Did I move anywhere? No. Hence, no output. Clear? Now, I am giving minus 1 to minus 4. What will happen? I have started from here, minus 1. First index, start index is minus 1. Start index is minus 1. So, I came minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. So, after minus 1, do you see any number? End index is minus 4. So, minus 1 to minus 4 I am going. So technically there is no data after minus 1. Hence it will give you no output. These are all is the possible way to not get the data. Now one happy flow, I am putting minus 4 and minus 2. Now what will happen? Minus 4 is the start index, minus 2 is the end index. So I will get from minus 4 to minus 2, 1 minus, I will get 20, 30. Because last index is excluding. One more happy cases like minus 4, minus 1. Now I am going from minus 4 to minus 1. Minus 1 means minus 2, minus 2 means 20, 30 and 40 also. 20, 30, 40. Little bit more twist here. So the slicing till now we did by using positive, by using negative, having two parameters, either positive or negative. Slicing can be done using 3 parameter also. How? I am putting here 0 as the first argument. Second argument I am putting is a 5. So currently I am executing this code only, 0 to 5. Okay. What is the output I will get? 0 to 5 means 0 to 4 means 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This one I will get it. Problem will happen when I will pass here argument number 3. 1. Then what will happen is, first argument is start index, second argument is end index, third argument is interval. Third argument is interval. Interval means 0 plus 1 equal to 1. First I will get the 0, then 1, then 2, then 3 and 4. So now also output remains same. No changes on the output even though I have passed 3 arguments, because interval 1 is nothing but the subsequent number only. Now just to make a difference in output, if I will pass it here 2, then what will happen is 0, I got 10. Then I will exclude 1. 0, 1, 2. So 20 got removed. Alternate. 30, 40 got removed. So 10, 30, 50. Got it? So 10, 30, 50. We call the 2 alternate. Similar fashion, if I will provide the 3 alternate. So in between 2 element will get removed. So this is my actual output without interval. So I am removing 2 from here. I got the 10, 40. Right? 10, 40. Then I will remove the 50. After 50 no element. Hence I will get output as a 10, 40 only. Clear? Now, so this is the using 3 interval. Same applies for the negative also, that you can try yourself. Okay. So lab number 21 is done. So we learn what index, we learn what slice. Now we are going to learn the while loop. How to access the element using while loop. Okay. Now if I will run this code, what will happen? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I am getting all the data in one go only. But my requirement is not that. I need to get the data one by one. So for that, they have introduced something called while loop, which will iterate the data one by one. So here, how to write the while loop? Simple. You have to write while, bracket is optional. I want to get the data from 0th index. This is index 0, right? So I want to get the data from the 0. So first I have to define I equal to 0. 0 to till what? If I will ask you what is the length of this one, what you will say? 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So length less than, not equal to. So I want to iterate the data less than length. Clear? And now I am printing the list of I. How the flow will go is, what is the value of I? 0. 0 is less than length, condition true, it will print. Then again 0 is less than length, condition true, it will print. Technically what will happen, this loop will go finite, infinite loop. You see? Tick, tick, tick. Why it is going infinite loop? Because this condition is getting always true. And no one is, until this condition will not get false, my loop will not get terminated. So to make this condition false, I have to do something. So currently what I am doing, I equal to I plus 1. So I am increasing the value of I by 1. In that case what will happen? Initially I equal to 0. 0 is less than 5. Condition true. List of 0. Now 0 becomes 1. 1 is less than 5. Condition true. Print length of 1. List of 1. 2, 3, 4. Till 4 it will go, and it will, in 5 it will get terminated. So when I equal to 5, 5 is less than 5, condition false, loop get terminated, and you are getting data happily. This is called while loop. Now coming to the again next loop is called using for loop. This is lab number 22. I am creating lab number 23. So I have the same put here using for loop. For loop we have used when we are learning the comprehensive list, but now also we are going to use. For is simple. Write the for, get the data from the source. What is the name of the source? List, which hold all the list data. Get data one by one from this using in operator. That's all. So what is happening is, from list this L is getting data, one data. Again next iteration it will take one data. So if I will print simply L, I will get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. See, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So first it will get the 10, printing 10. Second it will get the 20, printing 20. Third it will get 30, printing 30. Clear? Next is called using enumerate function. Lab number 24. Using enumerate function. What is the enumerate function? I have a list here. Okay. I want to receive the data one by one. So for that we used while as well as for loop. We have something called enumerate function also, which is also doing the same thing. So enumerate, inside the enumerate I have to pass the list where my data is there. Okay. Now from this enumerate I need to receive the data into the some variable. Variable name is L and using for loop. Got it? So this enumerate including this list is becomes my source of data. Now if I will print the L, I will get data exactly. You see, 10, 20, 30. Good thing here is we are getting data which is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 along with the respective indexes also. How good it is? Good or not good? Good. But I can modify my code to have little bit good. How? Simple. As we know, for now it is returning the two data. One is called index, second is called element. So in Python you can receive the two data into the two variable. So first one is called index, second one is called value. So now if I will print here index, comma, value, output remains same. First the way of iterating the data is different. You see, this is the index, value, index, value, index, value. This is also called as a tuple, but now I am not focusing on the tuple area because we don't know tuple. We know only list. So now this is lab number 24, lab number 25. Lab number 25 using comprehension way. Comprehension, as I already said, is not any inbuilt function, it is just the concept. Now I have a list. Okay. So I am writing for L in list. Clear? Source and destination. Now I want to do the comprehension operation. How to do that? Here I am writing a logic. Each element should increase by 100. Now this guy is going to return me what? List. So I am creating my new list equal to this. Now if I will print my new list, I will get all the element. See, so these are all is the way how to access the element from the list by using index, slice, for loop, while loop, enumeration and comprehension. Now the another important topic is alias and cloning in list. How to do the aliasing as well as how to perform the cloning. Here cloning is the separate topic and is the bigger topic. There are two types of cloning. One is called shallow cloning and another is called deep cloning. So that we will learn in separate video where we are only discussing the cloning. But since our objective is to learn the list, so the how to perform the cloning in list, that we will learn here high level. So now coming to our IDE and creating the lab number 26. Okay, lab number 26, alias. So technically what do you mean by alias? Alias means I have one list, okay, which is I am saying list 1. I am having one list, name of the list is list 1. I want to create another list, same list having the same content. What I will do like that, right? So now I have the two lists, list 1 and list 2, having the same content. But just assume that if I am able to perform the same operation like that, then how good it is, like that. If I will say you that the line number 4 and line number 5 are exactly same, so which one is better? If both are same, then which one is better? Obviously line number 5 is better. Now technically what is happening here, list 1 having this element, it's okay. List 2 also having the same element. Just to verify, if I am doing the list 1 as well as if I am printing the list 2, you will get the same output. Interesting thing is that in memory, both the list object is representing the same memory. How? So for that, if I will check the ID of list 1 and if I will print the ID of list 2, you will see both are having the same ID. You see, same ID, which means that in memory both are representing the same reference. But now problem with this approach is, if I will trying to update the list 1, list 2 will also get updated. I want to update the list 1. How to update? List 1 dot append. I am adding 500 and now I am printing list 1 and list 2 both. You see, both the list got 500, where I have only appended the list 1. But how my list 2 got appended? Because list 1 and list 2 are targeting or representing the same memory allocation. Hence, if I will change the list 1, list 2 will also get automatically changed. But I don't want like that. So that concept is basically called cloning. In cloning, I have a list 1 and I want to create the list 2 from list 1 using copy function. So the copy function is exactly doing the same what it was doing earlier, but little bit more trick. So now I am printing the list 1 and list 2. Okay. Now you see, content of both list 1 and list 2 are exactly same, whereas the memory representation for both the lists are different, which means that both the list 1 and list 2 variable pointing to the different memory. Since both are targeting to the different memory, if I will do the append here, it definitely will not impact the list 2 because we are targeting different memory. Do you see here? I am appending list 1. List 1 got appended, whereas list 2 remains same. So this is called deep cloning. For now, don't try to understand the very deep concept of cloning, rather than you understand this is the cloning. As I already mentioned, cloning is the separate topic where we will learn shallow cloning and deep cloning. But for now you understand this is the cloning only. That's all. Now coming to the next concept called function, list function. What are the function list support that we are going to learn? Clear? So the first function is called append. We already use this function so many times, but as part of the function we are going to create the lab number 28. Append function is nothing but it will, simple English, it will append your list with the new added element. That's all. I have a list 1. Here I am adding 600 and I am printing the list 1. So 600 will get added successfully at the end of the list. So next function is insert. So insert is also ideally doing the same thing what append was doing, but little bit difference. I will tell you here. So when we are doing the append, what was happening? The element got added end of the list. Okay. Whereas if I want to do insert, insert means we have to say that insert require the two argument. One is the index, where exactly you want to insert. Second argument is the value, what value you want to insert. I want to insert some value at 0 index and value probably I am putting as a 600. Now if I will print this one, what will happen is 600 will get added at 0th index of the list. You see, 0th index, and rest all the element will get shifted with the +1 index, that is the insert. So append was adding the element, insert is also adding, append was adding at the end of the list, whereas insert you can add wherever you want. Now coming to the lab 30, which is basic. Okay, here is the difference between append and insert, which I have already explained. Now coming to the next list function is called extend. What is this extend? So what extend is doing? Okay, extend means I have list 1 and I am also having the list 2. I want to extend list 1 with list 2. Okay, I want to extend list 1 with list 2. After extending, if I am printing the list 1, what will happen is both the list will get merged. 10, 20, 30 to 50 here. After that 100, 200, 300, 500. Whereas if I will print the list 2, it will give you the same value which is here, because I am not extending the list 2. So list 2 value remains same. I am extending list 1, that's the reason list 1 value got changed. Now coming to the another list function, which is called index. We already know this function little bit, but index will give you the index of the respective element. Meaning I have this list. From this list I want to know what is the index of 40. Technically if you calculate, the index starts from the 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is supposed to give you the output as a 3. Okay. Now I am creating one variable called index equal to, and I am printing the index. So if I will run this code, you will see 3 here, because 3 is at 3, 40 is available. Okay. So this will returning you the index of the respective element. Now coming to the another function called count. Create another lab called 32. So what I am doing, I am creating one list which has repeated element. Okay, I can create the list of repeated element because list accept the duplicate value. Yes or no? Yes. So this is my list. If I will print list 1, you will get the same output here. Clear? Count is saying that if you want to know the repetition of any element available in this list, I will give you with the help of count. C-O-U-N-T. Count. So I want to check occurrence of 20. My count equal to. So technically how many times 20? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is supposed to give me output as a 5. 5 only because 20 occurred 5. Now coming to the another list function called remove. What does remove is doing? Name itself is saying that remove is removing the element. So whatever the element you want to remove, you have to pass as a argument. So if I am saying 33, lab number 33, function is remove. So from this list, so I want to remove 150 and I am printing the list. Now what will happen is, this is the list, I am removing 150 and I am printing the list. So the output would be list where 150 will not be there. That's all. Now coming to the another function called pop function. Pop function is almost doing the same task what remove is doing, but in different manner. Now from the list I am doing the pop, but this pop function will tell you what element it is removing. So removed element. So if I will remove this one, you will got to know that I am removing 150. Whereas if I will print the list, which is the list 1, I will get out. So technically pop function is saying you that what element it is removing, because it is returning you the deleted element. Here it is giving you the error. Technically I supposed to give 0, 1, 2, 2, because it is extracting the index. You see 150 and this one. So the pop function, I have given the index earlier by mistaken, I have given the element. That's the reason it is saying that index is not present. So 150, the pop function is considering as a index. Obviously 150 element is not there. That is the reason index out of pop. But here I have given the correct index, which is the 2, because I want to delete the 150. So 0, 1, 2. 150 is available at index 2. And I have given index 2. So after removing, it is saying that I have removed your 150 and I am printing the entire list. So this is about the pop function. Okay. So this is the difference between remove and pop. Have a look. I have explained you everything. Now coming to the another function called reverse function. Name itself is saying that it must be reversing the element of a list. So now I am creating the 35. So here 10, 20, 150, 30, 100. This is the my list. Okay. I want to perform the reverse operation. So obviously take the list, call the reverse method, and then after calling the reverse method, just have to print the list. So it will give you 100, 30, 150, 20 and 10 like that. Okay. Now let me run this code. You see, it is just reversing the element of a list. Another function is called sort function. Sort function means it is arranging your element depends upon ascending order. If you have number 1, 2, 3, character A, B, C, D. Lab number 37. Simply I am calling the sort. So this will give you the 10, 20, 30. Whereas if I will create one string of list. So here I am putting list 2 and let me create some string array. Apple, banana, banana, orange, cat, like that. Okay. Now if I will run this code, you will say apple, banana, cat and orange. This is the order in string, that is the ascending order. Now copy function we already have used just when we are learning the cloning, but the same thing I am using as part of the separate function called copy. Copy means it will clone your list, exactly create the same list. So here I have to call copy. Okay. Now list 2. I am giving name as a list 2. So if I will print list 2 and list 1, I will get the same data because it is doing the copy. It is creating the duplicate. Now coming to the lab number 39. The another function is called clear function. Name itself is saying that it will clear the element. Remember that it is not going to delete the reference of a list, whereas it will only going to clear the element from the list. So this is the clear. So if I am printing the list 2, still you will get the output as a empty list. Why empty list? Because it is clearing the data, not the list. Here it is. You see. Now lab number 40, another one, which is any. This any means if it is found, it will say true. If not found, it is false. Just I am writing the code, then only you will get to know. So I am having 10, 20, some list. Okay. Here is first of all I am iterating the list. So for loop, this is my source of the data. I am receiving the data with the help of in operator, and I am saying list. Okay. While iterating the data, what I want to do is, let's do one thing. Let me create a string array. I have created one list which is the list of string data, and then I am with the help of for loop I am iterating the data. Now while iterating, what I want to do, I want to perform some operation saying that the data which I am receiving called list is called list. So from list, if I will get some element which is starting with A, give me the element. It will give you the element is available or not. So now if I will print result, then you got to know it is saying some random number. Okay, now we'll see why. Because I forgot to call the any function. Now it will give you the true. As I already said, if present true, if not present false. While iterating, so while iterating in this list there is a element which is actually starting with the A. That is reason it is giving you the true. If I will modify this condition and I will create the result to 1 and I am saying start with the G. Any of the element starting with the G? No. It will give you the false then. Got it? Whereas while iterating, I want to check is there any element of a list is digit or not. So I am checking each digit. Any element is digit? No, all are string only, right? So this will give you the false only. So this is all about the any function. Now another function called all function. All is little bit similar to any only, but there is a twist. What is the twist now? Any is saying at least one element should match with the my condition. All is saying that all elements should match with my condition. Now, if you see here, is all the element of this list is starting with A? All the element is starting with A? No. Is all the element starting with Z? No. Is all the elements are digit? No. So in all the cases, this will give you the false only. So now I am creating one integer list. Here this is my integer list. So what I am doing is this is technically a even list. Okay. I am applying the same condition here. So while iterating from this list, I want to check whether this number equal to 0 means even or not. All the elements of this list are even or not. If all the elements are even, then only tell me the true or else tell me the false only. Now if I will run, it will say in the true because all the elements are true. Whereas I will do one more twist here and I will change list to 1, list to 1. This is the local variable 4, 4 and I will pass here 11. 11 is the odd, right? I am checking for even having odd. Now till here to here it is the true. As soon as my condition will reach 11 and this becomes the false. Hence this all will give you the false because all the element did not match the condition what I supposed to give or what I have given. Clear? So this is all. Okay, difference between all and any you should be able to give. Okay, ASCII. Suppose that if I want to know the ASCII of API POTHI, what will happen is surprisingly you will get the same output what I have here. Now ASCII of list 1. Okay, ASCII text. Now if I will print, there is no changes in output. You see, same API POTHI. Whereas if I will write some character which is not available in keyboard, the character which is not in the regular keyboard. Okay, so for that you will get the exact output. So here I am going to do Google to get some different types of character which is not available in regular keyboard. Okay, so here I have created one text which is having some different types of character as you see here. Now if I will try to find the ASCII of this character, you will see the output changes. You see this is A is the not normal A. If you see I also is the not normal I. You see here informative. You see this is the special character. Now if I will run this code, some ASCII value you got it for each character. For A, this one API POTHI video are informative. So these are only the ASCII value for. Now coming to the lab number 43. Boolean, B-O-O-L. What is the Boolean? Suppose that I have created one variable called test equal to 200. Now I want to print that test is Boolean. Now you will say, sir, test is not the Boolean, that this 200 is not the Boolean, this is the integer. Surprisingly, you will get output as a true. Now, I am creating another variable called test1. Okay, and then value is here 20,14. Test1, test1, test. This will also give you the output as a true only. Now you are confused. Let me give you the more confusion here. So I am creating another variable called test3. This is the string only. Unfortunately, this will also give you the true only. Sir, now I got really confused. Little bit more confused required. So here actually I am giving the true and I am having the variable called 4, test 4. Now this is obviously true one. But the question is that, okay, I understood this is the true because this is the true is the boolean. Why these are all giving the true? So boolean is the special method given in Python to check that if any argument is empty, false, 0, none, or any empty sequence like list, tuple, set, all those things, then it will give you the false. Whereas if argument is any number besides 0 or a string, okay, or true, this will give you true only. So till now we see true only, which will making you confused. Now once we will see false, all the concept got clear here. So for false, as I said that any empty thing is considered as a false only. So my test 1 equal to, this is the list. Which list? Which list? Empty list. If I will print the same thing here, saying that if I will print same thing here, it will give you the false only because we are targeting the empty one. In similar case, if I will pass it here 0, it will also give you the false only. Similarly, if I will pass here false, okay, so this is the true and false. Technically you have to remember true, any number, true or string will give you the true only, other than that everything will give you the false. That's all. Filter. This is the again very important concept called filter. Again for that we have the separate video, but it is in list, so we will learn. But this is not part of the list built-in function, whereas this is the built-in function that we are applying on the list object. That's the reason heading is other built-in function, not the list function. Now 44. Filter means I have list of numbers. I want to filter the element which is only even number. I can write the code to perform the ampersand 2 equal to 0, then this is the even. But I want to write the one-liner code so that I can utilize this code everywhere. Okay, so for that they have given the filter. In the filter, first we have to create the function. How to create the function? We have the keyword called def. So I am creating one function called is even. Okay, this will expecting one argument, one number. For that I am going to check whether this is even or odd, and I am checking here if the number which is coming ampersand 2 equal to 0. If it is 0, return true, else return false. Okay, so this is my function. This function is I am not calling till now. But how to use this function as part of the filter? Filter is saying that call this function which is the is even and apply on this list. Technically this function apply on this list. Here list, that's the reason I am talking list. It might be the another things also. But since this is the list specific video, that is the reason I am only talking about the list only. Okay, this function apply on this list. The result of this one is it will give you the even number, which is the again list only. So convert me in the list. Okay, so now this will give you the even. Now if I will print, okay, so this is the filter. Filter, when to use filter? Out of that you need something, then we'll go for the filter. ITER. We'll write the code, then we'll understand. This is the easy one. ITER. So this is the list of number and I am doing ITR of number. Now what I am doing, if I am going to print my ITR, let us see what will happen. Because the my ITR is the still object only. Then how to use this one? To use my ITR, definitely we have to write the print. Inside the print, we have to call the next function, and here we have to pass the my ITR. Now what is the output for this one? This guy is going to give you the output as a 1. Similarly, if you want to get all those output, you have to type it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you will get all those outputs. So my ITR is nothing but it is iterating your element from the list one by one. Okay, this is the same task which is done by the while loop or for loop in one go, but the my ITR is the sub part of the same. There is a hack. here. Hack is that, so this is the list. First let me calculate the length. Length equal to length. Now I am printing the value with the help of for loop. I am calling the range function, which is I am starting from the 0 and I am going up to length, and then I am printing the, we are getting the same output here. So this is the hack that I use the my idea with the help of for loop. Now lab 46. Next function is called max. Name itself is saying that from the list it will find you the max element. I want to find the max element from the list. So it will give you output as a 10 only. 46. Lab number 47. Now this is the minimum. Just replace this one with the main and you will get output as a minimum, which is the 1. So you will get output as a 1 only. Next one is called map. Map is again important. Filter, what it was doing is, the filter is, you have the list, out of the list you are getting something out of the list, whereas map is performing the task on each element on the list. Suppose that I am creating one function called square and I am returning the x to 2. Okay, now I want to do the square on this list. What I will do now, I will call the map function and I will say that call the function square function or apply the square function on this list. That's all. Now if I run this code, you are getting the object. This will give you the list and I am not converting to the list. So let me convert this to the list. 1, 4, 9, 16. So it is squaring each element. So map is performing a task on each element, whereas filter you are getting out of some. So the output of filter will be the less than or equal to, whereas output of map will be always equal to the list element. Now coming to the lab number 49. What is that? Reverse means it will reverse your elements. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and what I am doing is reverse the numbers. So now if I will print this one, you will get the object, because I have to iterate this one. I am writing the for loop. Now you will get the reverse number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. So it is basically reversing the number. So that was the lab number 49. Now I am writing lab number 50, which is called sorted. What the sorted is doing. Now let me run this code. Sum will return you the sum of the all the element available in this list. So this is the 50 and this is the 51. So if I will write here SUM, sum, okay, 64, the sum of all the elements. 51, now 52. What is the next? Zip. Zip will, it's not the zip file that you have seen. I will write the code, then I will tell you what is the zip. So zip will combine the two lists in key and value pair. That's all. Name equal to, I am creating one list called name equal to Aman, Raj, Muskun, ADWIK, Advik. Okay, and ages is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what I am doing is I am calling the zip function and then here name, comma, ages. Okay, zip equal. Now if I will write the for loop, item in zip, print item. So this will give you the data in key and value pair. Aman 9, Raj 10, Muskun 2, Advik 3. Got it? So if you want to represent the data in key and value pair, that's what you are using. So now Coming to the list operator. This is the easy. I am not going to write code. Whatever the written here, that is only. List operator means this is the first operator called concatenation operator, plus. So plus operator will concatenate the two lists. Okay. You see here list 1 is 10, 8, 5, 7, 9. List 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is just concatenating the two lists. Now another is called repetition operator. Repetition means it will repeat how many numbers of time you want. So I am repeating my list star 3 or into 3. So the list got repeated 3 times, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. This is called repetition operator. In and not in you already know. In means available, not in means not available. That's all. List comparison you can do with the help of double equal operator. If all the elements are same including cases, then it will give you the true, else it will give you the false. That's all. Nested list we already know. That's all for list. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe and comment your question. Join the Telegram group for any doubt, and all the code will be available in Git repository. You can take it from there. Thank you so much.